Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. And this AFC West divisional matchup features two leaders in their respective linebacking cores. It's Derek Johnson going up against Brandon Marshall. With that, let's send you out to Denver. We're standing by in the booth are two men who will call the game for us. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Handoff comes to Anderson, and he is going to lose yardage here.
Partner, I know that Andy Reid is an offensive guy, but he's got to love what he's seeing from his defense. How about 8 takeaways against the Jets? 7 of them on defense, 1 of them with special teams, 6 interceptions. How about my man Derek Johnson? He rolled back the clock on that interception return for a touchdown, didn't he?
He did indeed. I just shot 8 turnovers. When I saw it at first, I just thought there's no way that can't be true.
And I don't know who's going to keep testing Marcus Peters on the corner, but you might want to give it a rest. His last 2 games, 2 interceptions in each game.
Play clock winding down. They go play action here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide. It doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
Here we go now. 319. 319. 56.
Simeon. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And Demaryius Thomas, Charles, both he and Emmanuel Sanders went over 100 yards in Week 3 against the Bengals.
And when you're starting to get that from Denver's offense to go along with the incredible defense that we know they have, now you're talking about a team that's extremely dangerous. And I think that in the preseason, I think most people saw them as vulnerable. But if you're seeing that performance now from offense and those receivers playing that well, you're talking about a team that's thinking hard about defending their Super Bowl title.
Thomas had 100 yards, Sanders 117 and 2 touchdowns. So they start this game just like they won. Opening drive touchdown, a nice run there to finish it off.
Yeah, that's what we call an explosive run because of the distance. And being able to do that, that puts a little uncertainty in the minds of your opponent.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. They'll come out in the pistol. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. And certainly a key cog in this offensive wheel is Jeremy Maclin.
You've just got to find ways to get him the ball, whether you put him in the slot or put him out on the perimeter.
Just beating the play clock, Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Smith in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Todd Davis in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And taken right at the 35. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
They come up in an offset eye. On second down, Anderson. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Brandon, I'm going to guarantee that the defensive coordinator just gave a huge sigh of relief. He had his dime package in the game, 6 defensive backs, and when they run draw and big offensive linemen are thundering downfield, that's usually a win for the offense.
Now Simeon. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. That one goes for 24 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Jay Howard able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
In this era in the NFL, when all we talk about is offense, I feel like the
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 30 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And there's a flag on the field. And he knocks it through. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. shift together here from the D-line. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Travis Kelce coming off a great game against the Jets. 6 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. A very athletic touchdown grab on a drag route.
And his name has to start coming up more and more as one of the top tight ends in the NFL. Because he's the prototype of what we're looking for, isn't he? You mentioned that athleticism. Former basketball player, knows how to get open, uses his body well, and then after the catch, he's awfully dangerous as well.
Charles the lone setback. Here's Smith, and he's got the hook up for the first time with a veteran, Jeremy Maclin. Give him 11 on the gain there, and it'll give the Chiefs a first down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. On first down, it's Smith. Screen pass to Charles. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for a KC first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the pass.
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The tight end Kelce has it over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw is Smith, and that is incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target, and it'll be 4th down.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The catch is made. Benny Fowler. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Benny Fowler, 71 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And it's 21-3. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
That's taken on the 25. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Simeon. Screen play, Anderson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Another pistol look here. Now Simeon. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through, and that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense.
And he lost the football. Charles loses it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. and 10. Smith to the right side, and he's got Macklin. Complete. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And they're going to speed things up here. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Now Smith. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to Travis Kelsey. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player, and that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
The veteran Jeremy Macklin was the intended target, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well, and I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's the charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. To throw is Smith. Screen pass to Charles. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The play clock's running down. Simeon. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You know, in week 3, there were a lot of great plays, diving catches, but certainly the smartest play came from a Stanford man, Ty Montgomery, in the game that you called up at Lambeau.
Of course it'd be a Stanford guy, right? Kickoff return, it bounced in the end zone and then back into the field of play, and he knew he was in trouble right there. So he goes to the sideline, puts his feet out of bounds, and possesses the football because he knew at that point that would mean the kickoff was technically out of bounds, and the ball would come out to the 40-yard line for his offense. Very heady play.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll need to get the play off quickly. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now Simeon. Over the middle this time to Fowler. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Time running out here on the play clock. They run the counter now. It's Anderson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Over! Watch left. Stop right there. Here we go.
They run it again with Anderson. They find some open field here. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. And his kick is good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On second down, Jamal Charles. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Smith, and it's complete to Kelsey. The 13 yards that time and a first.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing is Smith, and he fires one that's intercepted. And some space here. And how about this? And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was
blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The 2nd sack of the game for Von Miller. We know about his speed, but for me, his ability to bend and get underneath guys trying to block him, it's almost unparalleled what he gets done. He loves to get to the quarterback.
He does love getting to the... Got his man complete. The 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 83 yards. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Back to throw, Smith. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep for Demarius. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. 10 yards still left on second down. In the backfield is Anderson. Back to throw now. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Justin Houston in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. And